Welcome back, Proppers. Today's project will be from another epic movie. Actually, it's an anthology of horror, the Trilogy of Terror. It consists of 3 short horror stories, all of them starred by Karen Black. One of them co-starred by our project, the Zuni Fetish. Zuni Fetishes are real items. They are stone carvings from indigenous people of different animals that symbolize different characteristics and tenets. That wouldn't make a great horror series, so the movie takes creative license with our little fella. A piece of 4mm foam is wrapped around a rock the same size and shape as the head that I want to create. After cutting slots in the face section of the head, I lock in the curvature with contact cement, then utilize the same foam to create and attach the back of the head. The facial features are marked out in advance. They will be created with foam strips and foam clay. I start off with strips of 4mm EVA foam to create the raised sections of the eyebrows, nose, and lips. For a more realistic look, an opening is cut out of the mouth. The facial features are then raised, enhanced, and smoothened out with foam clay. Yes, I know, it's starting to look like a deformed Homer Simpson, but you guys know exactly how I operate. All will be well in the end. While I wait for the clay in the head to be dry enough to be workable, I start on the body. Similar to my last project of Billy the Puppet, the torso will be made with 2 pieces of 6mm EVA foam sandwiched together. Before attaching the 2 halves of the torso, I create arms that'll go between them. The shoulder section of the arms is split in 2, so that one half can go between the torso and the other attached to the outside. After the arms are attached, I trim and shape the arms and the torso. I also mark and shape the chest and stomach. My USB soldering iron is used to accentuate the lines. After a bit more hand shaping and forming of the top section of the torso, I get started on the legs. The legs are also created with 2 attached pieces of 6mm foam. After applying contact cement, both legs are fold form before being attached to each other. This technique locks in the curvature without having to add internal structural wiring. I over-accentuate the curvature because it's easier to take the curvature out than to add it in afterwards. After the legs are completed, I attach it to the top section of the torso with contact cement. The feet are cut out from a single piece of 6mm foam. After the main structure of the body is completed, I give it an initial sanding with my Dremel tool, as well as some more trimming with my X-Acto knife. The foam clay on my misshapen Homer Simpson has set enough that I can do some more work. A needle is used to create some more fine details to the face. After a final sanding with my Dremel tool, I utilize some foam clay to round off the body. Notches are carved into a thin popsicle stick to create the teeth. The teeth are cut to size and soaked in water to make it more malleable. The same water is used to smooth out the foam clay on the body. I reposition the navel a little higher, and foam clay is used to add projection to the chest area. After the teeth are finished soaking, they are hand formed to the shape of the mouth and then attached with tube epoxy. For a secure attachment, a slot is cut in the inside of the lip. Some of the tube epoxy is also used to create detail around the eyes. Acrylic paint will be used for the entire project. With the preliminary painting done to the face, I can get started on the body. While waiting on the paint to dry, I get started on the medallion for his chain. The chain is what keeps the evil spirit locked into the doll. I think I forgot to mention, the name of the doll is He Who Kills. The medallion is made by sandwiching a thin piece of foam between two thin pieces of cardboard, then carving out what looks like an ancient tiki face symbol. After carving out the medallion, I give it a base coat with acrylic paint, I smooth it out, and then spray paint it gold. Using a needle, I apply black paint to give it a semblance of a face. The spirit-retaining gold chain is then attached to the medallion. To make that connection, a small gold eyelet is crazy glued into the medallion. The chain is measured and cut to size. I immediately attached the spirit-retaining gold chain to his waist, but I don't think I have much to worry about since he doesn't have a head yet. After some final detailing with my Dremel tool, I'll have to figure out how to address his hair. Instead of attaching the hair directly to the head, I decided to go back to my tried and true method of creating a wig. To create the wig, I utilized this head-shaped piece of foam that I created for an earlier project, wrapped it with saran wrap, and then attached the hair directly to it. I ran out of controlled tracks for the wig, so I had to start applying loose hair to a piece of cellophane to attach the head. This made the process a little messier, but c'est la vie. After applying the last section of hair, I trimmed it down to size, cut the cellophane, then attached the wig to the head. Hot glue was used to attach the wig. After the final trimming of the hair, I utilized some black paint to cover up the dry glue. I did figure out a way to avoid this situation in future projects. Before attaching the head to the body, I'm going to use a piece of kente cloth to create his ancestral wrap. The wrap is pinned in the back for easy removal and adjustments. I create a template from a small piece of cardboard for a more accurate cut on the neck to attach the head. After notching the neck, I attach the head to the body with hot glue. Some final trimming is done before the neck is smoothened out with some foam clay. He who kills hair is tied back so we can do the final touch-up painting on his neck. But before that, I will insert 2 small pieces of wire into his feet for a more secure mounting onto his stand. For his stand, I'll be cutting an oblong circle into a piece of 3/4 inch ply. After sanding down the edges and routing out the top, a red oak stain is applied. The areas of his feet where the pin contacted the board were marked out, small holes were drilled, and the pins were attached to the board with crazy glue. I have plans of doing some engraving on the stand, but I'll share that with you later in the short. The last part of the build was to equip him with weapons, so I armed him with his trademark spear, as well as the knife that he stole from the kitchen drawer. I would like to say that I drilled holes in these weapons for the skewers to go into, but with my dull bit, it was more like burning a hole. After the skewers were securely attached to the weapons with wood glue, I painted the tips bright silver. That marks the end of another project. As always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, press that like button, and press the bell notification so you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded.